All right, guys, so welcome to our kettlebell workout day. We have a little bit of strength stuff followed then by a 12-minute AMRAP. So for our strength stuff today, we have single leg crossbody RDLs, handstand holds, or strict handstand push-ups. I don't want anybody doing any kipping, and some glute bridges. All right, so I'm gonna have Diane come in here and demonstrate these movements for you. First thing, single leg crossbody RDL, so something you guys know how to do. You just have one kettlebell, you're reaching that kettlebell across your body, tapping into the outside of your down foot while you're kicking your other leg back up, and then you're using your butt and your hamstrings to pull yourself back up on that down leg. So as you go down, I want you to make sure you're squeezing your butt so that your back leg kicks up at the same rate as your chest drops down. And then, again, we're looking for a just slight bend to the knee on the down leg. We're not trying to do a squat here. You're trying to pull with your hamstrings and your butt as well as balance. And that crossbody reach will just keep your hips a little bit more squared up to the ground. If you do notice that your hips are opening up, really try to focus on pulling them back down so that they are square to the ground as you reach down. All right. The next thing is our handstand hold or handstand push-ups. So, I'm going to give you guys a scale. Most of you guys know how to do it against a wall. If you are doing it against a wall, you should be very comfortable doing that. You shouldn't be shaking around, anything like that. We don't need any accidents. If you need to scale, you can grab a box or a chair, whatever you need. Your hands are going to be on the ground. You're piking up. You want your hips on top of your shoulders, but what we're really looking for is a straight line from your hand to your shoulder to your hips. All right? So you're just holding that as long as you can. If you need to drop to your knees, in order to make that a little bit more stable for yourself, that's totally fine. If you want to attempt some handstand push-ups in this position, you can do that as well. Remember, if you're doing handstand push-ups on a box, you're trying to touch your head out in front of your hands, and then as you push up, you're trying to bring your nose back towards the box to kind of mimic a handstand push-up like you would do up against a wall. All right, so right here, what this drill is working on is shoulder strength and shoulder stability. Then, after that, we have some single leg glute bridges, 8 per leg. Okay, so you're going to lay down on the ground. If you have something to give yourself a little deficit, you're welcome to put your working leg on a plate or a box or some books or something like that. That's fine. But what we're doing here, kicking this leg straight out, and we're trying to get your glutes engaged more so than your hamstrings. So if you feel this in your hamstrings, you might need to adjust how far or how close your foot is to your butt. All right, so from here, she's going to press up, squeezing your butt for a 5-second hold. After 5 seconds, she'll drop back down, tap her butt to the ground, and again, press back up, holding at the top. And I really want you focusing on squeezing your glutes, all right? Get some good glute activation here. You're going to do all 8 on one leg, followed by all 8 on the other leg, again, with a 5-second pause at the top. So, now let's talk about our workout here real quick. Again, it's a 12-minute AMRAP, and the rep scheme might be a little bit confusing here. So, we have a ladder up to infinity, really until your time runs out. All right, you're going to do 1 kettlebell squat clean, 1 kettlebell goblet thruster, and then you're doing 30 double unders after each round. So you'll do 30 double unders. Then you'll do 2 squat cleans, 2 thrusters, 30 double unders, 3, 30 double unders, and so on until, again, time runs out. So let's see what those exercises look like. Diane's going to demonstrate here our kettlebell squat clean. And again, this is just with 1 kettlebell. You're going to set the kettlebell up in between your feet, and basically, just like a medicine ball clean, you're going to deadlift that kettlebell up, get good hip extension at the top. Once you reach full hip extension, you're going to drop down into a squat, catching it in the bottom of your squat, and then stand all the way back up. I'm not going to go over squat mechanics here. Hopefully you guys are familiar with that. But let's see this in full speed. Again, it's full extension of the hips, drop under it, catching it in a squat. Ideally, that kettlebell is not going to come any higher than your belly button. So what I don't want to see is you do lift it all the way up to your chin and then drop back down. It should be a deadlift up to your belly button and then drop under that kettlebell. Let's see a few more in real time. All right, she's doing a great job here, getting full extension with her hips. Okay, and then after each set of those, we have kind of a new movement here, a thruster, but we're calling it a goblet thruster because you're going to be holding the kettlebell by the horns the whole time. So she's got it in a good goblet position, just like a regular thruster. She's going to drop down into a full squat, extend her hips, and use her legs to drive that weight up over her head, looking to get as much extension with your arms as you can overhead. Obviously, you're in an awkward position here with the way you have to hold the kettlebell, so if you can't get full lockout, not the end of the world, all right? Then you're bringing it back down to that front rack position, driving it back up over your head, working on using your legs to do most of the work here, okay? So that's your goblet thruster. And then once again, after each round, you have double unders. It's 30. If you need to do singles, it will be 60. If you want to, you can just find a line on the ground and do some line hops. If you're doing that, I would like you to do 60 of those, 30 forward and 30 side to side, okay? Another option would be 30 jumping jacks. I think you guys all know what jumping jacks are. So that's it for that workout. Remember, when you finish, go on to WOD Hopper and click that I did it button at the bottom of the page. Have fun.